welcome back to Sarah's Table. Today, we are going to do, again, another, just juicy, delicious Grant Howitt one-page RPG. This one could be a little bit on the darker side, which I'm very excited about. And I'm going to get into what it is in just a moment. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sarah Moore. My pronouns are she, her. I'm going to be your game master and your host and your favorite person. I'm going to remind you to have a sip of water because you're probably dehydrated. I did this the other day and got a text during the stream that said, why you got to call me out like that?
How dare you?
Listen, sometimes you need to be reminded that you have to have a sip of water.
I said something to a friend the other day that felt particularly poignant. It was, it's not my fault you were collateral damage in my self-call out.
Yeah, legit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's mostly to myself, right? I know never drink enough water. I know that about me.
Right.
And if somebody else feels affected,
it just turns out most of the people I know should be drinking more water.
We have similar problems, as it turns out.
Yeah, it's like we could just I collect people who have the same thing. I'm like, I just put you in my pocket. It's like I'm just collecting all of the neurodivergent queers and putting them in my pocket and then being like, you should have more water. And they're like, I know.
Yeah, it's about right.
There was a while that was a trend on TikTok. If you found my page, then you're this kind of person. I'm like, how do you know every single time?
Man, where are the cameras? Yikes.
How does this keep happening?
Save them, show them to my therapist later. This is me. They figured it out.
Yeah. And then my therapist is like, you need to just stop showing me reels all the time. This is, it's, and I'm like, but
I legitimately made a video. It was if you're having a hard time expressing to your therapist what's going on in your head and you find a lot of TikToks that you really relate to, just show them that.
Just show them.
Yes. Watch this one with dinosaurs. Trust me, you'll know me better.
It's at least a good place to start.
It's a good start. It's a jumping off point. You know? Anyway, you are not all here for therapy. I don't think. Maybe you are. Listen,
our TTRPGs
I'm here if you need something, obviously. But let's do weird stuff first prior to that. Oh no. Becca started with her.
Oddly enough, it felt really good on my shoulders to do that.
Oh yeah.
It does feel nice. It's nice.
Yes. I mean, you all have done the car salesman blow up dance, right?
So wacky.
Yeah, that's great for your back and arms. I love doing that. End of the day, that's my de-stressor.
I'm interested to see what stance you take today, because last time that you were on my show, Becca, you played Mr. Bobbins.
Yes.
Yeah. And you sat like this the whole time.
It's so comfortable for my shoulders. I was always meant to be Waluigi, okay? I just know who I'm supposed to be, and I just stick with it.
Yeah. It's real good. It's real good. We'll just have to see. We'll have to see.
No promises.
And I feel and then the previous time you were on the show, I feel like we were playing the Crowned, right? You were playing a god.
Yes. A very chaotic small thing. Yes, of rocks.
Yeah.
Always a great choice.
Yeah. Who sort of kept everything in sort of here, and then there was Mr. Bobbins. So I'm interested into seeing
where
we go from here.
Spectrum we're gonna line.
Yeah.
Turns out I'm a news monster.
Perhaps.
You
never know.
Cats are liquid. I could be a cat.
Yeah, they could be. You just fill up whatever space you're in, and then just
yes,
this is good. One day we're gonna get to the game today.
Yeah, one day,
not soon, but one day.
I love that we started off beforehand with wow, you two are both tangenters, and you're the one who's been doing the tangent.
Yes.
I'm prepping myself mentally for what's going to happen here. If I can get myself in the same space as the two of you tangenters, then perhaps it'll make my job easier.
Yeah, that checks.
Yeah,
totally.
We can't go through all of the things that Patrick has played before on Sarah's Table. It would take too long. It's a whole other
was literally
It's a different show.
Join us for a
whole
bonus
entire
episode on
section of my
Saturday,
journey.
all day.
all day long. Do you have a favorite though?
Ooh.
Ooh, Kitten Kaboomble was quite a lot of fun. I don't know. I mean, there was the one time that I killed you. Which
You
was,
did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you
yeah,
don't
my
forget
first
that.
time ever GMing anything, and it was here. And I first right off the bat
Just
accidentally
murdered
killed
me.
Sarah's
Just
character.
murdered.
Choice. Make sure they remember you.
Yeah. So, that's right. You want me to DM? You want me to have a turn?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Stab.
I will say recency biased Mother Tree was pretty good.
Mother Tree was
It
good.
was a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
Have you played Mother Tree before, Becca?
No.
You
Well, she's not yet.
not yet. Yeah, you journey into the dreaming forest and ask the tree for your greatest wish, but you always have to give something up.
Recipe for heartache, and it's
Yeah.
the best.
Oh.
It's a heavy one. We stayed on the call afterwards, we were no longer
For, like,
streaming, and
2
we were
hours.
what if we all just sit for a minute and just
Just
chat,
hang.
Just heal for a little bit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll get snacks and we'll just hang out for a few minutes. Yeah, it's a good one. We've done some good heavy stuff. Let's do some more heavy stuff.
Let's do some more.
Here we
Do
go.
it. With that in mind, I'm going to do a quick safety discussion. I think it is very important as a responsible game master and player at a table and just human being in life to know where everybody's lines and veils are. Here on Sarah's table, you will never find sexual violence, violence against children, or withholding food as punishment or starvation. Is there anything else that the two of you would like to avoid? Patrick, I know that you do not want fingernail stuff or eyeball stuff.
Yes.
Roger. Cool.
Anything else from you, Becca?
For allies, I'm not on board with hurting innocent animals.
Great. Shouldn't be a problem.
Tell me.
I don't tend to run real gritty, dark, edgy stuff. There's a rainbow behind me. There's a lot of pink and joy here, and that is the idea. But I'm not opposed to straying into the darker. Just as long as I know where everybody's at, I will feel much better. Let's have you actually introduce yourself instead of just letting people know what you have played on the show before. Becca, please tell us who you are and what you do.
Yeah, so Becca Godsey, also here as Caustic Phoenix on Twitch. I do a lot of storytelling. I also host a variety of shows, including Pink Pixels over on the Gamers channel. And I am a co-DM for D20 Deathmatch, which is purely just RP and blood and gore. It's very different.
Punches.
Punches. It's a rock show is what it is. That's how we define it. Yes.
Great. And Patrick?
Hello, I am Patrick Keeffe. I am that great gentleman everywhere on the internet. A lot of TTRPG content, some voice acting content as well. Also on Twitch, where I haven't really found what my niche is yet. So far, we've been doing conspiracy theory bingo, where we have a bingo card and we watch conspiracy theory videos and see what inane nonsense we can check off on the bingo card.
Love that.
And looking at weird houses on Zillow. That's been it. Also, murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. So that was a fun time.
Great. We're gonna come with you on your journey to find out who you are, and I can't wait.
We're gonna figure it out.
We're gonna figure it out.
I'm
Listen,
intrigued and terrified.
it's both of those things. You know what?
Yes. That's what makes it exciting. Yes, I feel the same way about roller coasters, so this is a good sign.
I mean, maybe the next thing he's going to do is conspiracy theories about roller coasters.
Oh,
Roller coasters that go through weird houses on Zillow.
yes.
I mean, Action Park is just a gold mine of that. So maybe
You've got options.
I love it.
you
Options.
have options.
Anyway,
Yes.
we figured out your next stream. I hope you're ready. You're not allowed to change it. We locked
No,
it in.
that's what we're doing.
Yes.
Locked it in.
It's in the schedule.
Congratulations.
Just put it in the calendar.
Okay, so the game we are playing today is called Retrograde. It's the shortest of blurbs to describe what is happening here, and it is just, you just woke up, you can't remember a thing, people are after you, you need answers fast. That is the game.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm going to have you roll a few d6s to get us started. This is going to build your character. It is okay if you have something that overlaps, because that will build a history that you don't know about yet. So please roll me a d6 to find out what is on your name tag or ID.
5.
2.
5. So Becca, on yours, it says Kawamura. Kawamura. And Patrick, on yours, it says Oyenusi. Oyenusi.
Could you say both of those again for me?
Kawamura and Oyenusi. Give me another d6 to see what you're wearing.
Ooh.
6.
6. You are wearing
6.
you are both wearing Outlander skin suits and a cloak.
Whose cloak is longer?
You tell me.
Roll off.
Deal.
Yeah, give it a roll. Whoever has the
It's
longer
a 4.
4.
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
Her cloak is longer.
Kawamura's is longer.
Mm-hmm.
One more d6 to see what you have in your possession.
2.
5.
Okay. 2 and 5. Becca, you have a jade idol with glittering circuitry etched into it. And Patrick, you have a loyalty shunt that is inactive.
And I assume it's fine that I do not know what a loyalty shunt is.
No, I think this is a game where you get to decide what things mean.
Okay.
The two of you have woken up on a bullet train from Tokyo to Los Angeles.
Are we next to each other?
You are in the same compartment.
I'll put my hand on your shoulder, kind of shaking you a little bit. I'm sorry. Do I know you? I can't seem to find any identification on me.
I'd tell you if I knew, but right now everything's. You ever walk through a thick fog and it's like soup?
It just is absolutely clouding in your mind and you can't move forward. Yes.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yes. It leaves like this residual headache in your head and a ringing noise in the back of your mind.
Somebody's grandiloquent. Okay, yeah, that pretty much describes it.
So you're feeling it too. You don't know, and she'll kind of very comfortably try to like pat for like, you don't have identification on you either.
I don't know. I didn't even think to. Hang on, give me a second. And just looking around for
you can
tag.
find it is inside both of your cloaks, like in the same spot. There's a little pocket. And you have an ID card
on the left,
and it says the names that you were given, but no other information.
Okay. They're on it's on a little like zip thing, like it's got a little like zip wire on it. And you can just kind of like reach around, and that's actually probably you're supposed to take it on the left side.
Kawamura.
Oya Nusi. That ringing any bells?
No, I've never heard of either of these names. I mean, this is clearly my ID as far as I know, but I don't recognize that name. I don't. Okay, no, this is fine. This is fine. What else do I have? And she'll go ahead and pull out that jade doll.
Mm-hmm.
Almost very subtly at first, hiding it for a hot second since glittery things in my mind are valuable.
Mm-hmm.
I had one other thing in my pocket. And she'll very, very slowly pull out the jade idol. Have you seen something like this before?
Not really, no. I mean, it's pretty, but that's all I got for you.
Great. Well, working eyes are not very helpful, are they, right now? Okay.
Have this, and pulls out like a long. It's almost like a bow staff.
Hmm.
It's about 4 feet in length, and it's the loyalty shunt.
So a shunt. So there's something in it, and I'm going to say that you
Yes.
both recognize what it is, but wouldn't necessarily know why you had it. It creates like a path for an electric current. And this is specifically said a loyalty shunt, which means that it creates a path for someone to be loyal to you, to force them to be loyal to you.
Oh,
It is currently not active. And I would say with the way, like, this is a piece that fits into a second piece,
Right.
like probably like a collar
yeah.
it would fit into.
Okay, that makes.
Where'd
I don't.
you get something like that? That's not a friendly thing to carry around.
Just drops it immediately. I'm
Well,
not a fan
don't
of
just
that.
leave it there. If somebody comes in and they
What do you
see
want me
that,
to do? Do
just
you want
put
me
it
to
in your
take
pocket
it?
again. I don't know. You can't just.
All right. Okay. All right.
It's at this moment that there's a brief knock at the compartment door and someone sticks their head in. It's hey, so glad to see that you're awake. You got on real late last night. We're going around taking orders for lunch. If you wanted to put in your orders.
Yeah. Yes. Food sounds wonderful. What? How late did we get in last night? I don't even remember.
Gosh, it was on our last stop before we left Tokyo. So like, my gosh, I don't know. It was maybe like 2 a.m. Local time. Yeah, like super late. And you just, you seemed pretty rushed, but that's, no big deal. We get people who come in all the time at odd hours. So I don't even know if you're ready for food. Like,
No,
is that
I would kill for a Reuben.
great? Yeah. So it'll just be like 3 credits.
Cool. We have a tab open, don't we?
I think this is
Kinda
roll, my friend.
Looks over at Ka.
Gives you that side eye, like, are you doing?
Okay, so here's the deal.
Yeah.
You'll be rolling 2d6.
Okay.
Unless you have like equipment that you think would help you with this.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say I don't have
No equipment.
Any equipment.
All right, roll 2d6. We are looking for 4 and above.
I rolled a 4 and a 5.
Okay, so this is 2 successes. This is you just succeed. Like, this is just a flat out success. So you wanted her to think that you had a tab open already.
Or potentially establish that there is a tab open.
Yeah. Well, there is one for this compartment. There is a tab open for this compartment already. And she's like, oh, yep, I have it. So sorry. I didn't even realize that. So
no worries.
You want it. And it's, wow, it's, gosh, it's unlimited.
Which, Yeah, that was probably the company card, huh?
Unlimited.
Yeah,
Yeah,
must be. Um,
they
it's
treat us pretty well.
sure. Yeah. So yeah, I'll bring you whatever you'd like. We'll get it to you soon.
Cool. Kawa, how about you?
The what options do you have?
Oh gosh, pretty much anything you can think of. I mean, like our chef is really great. But also if you would rather just have like, just like a ration bar, that's also fine. Like, we get a lot of
Oh,
people who like just are comfortable with that.
could I get like a ration bar as a like a little extra to save for later? But I'd love like maybe some pineapple juice.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll come as close as we can. We stock up at each stop, so like I'll
Right.
see what we have, but we have something that would be at least simulated, if nothing else.
Perfect.
She's really sweet, and she doesn't she is very carefully not entering the space. She's staying outside.
Right.
As soon as she saw that you had an unlimited tab, she stepped away from the door and continued on
Right.
with her conversation, and then she left. Door slid shut behind her.
Do you have a lot of money? Because I've
Uh,
never. I don't unlimited.
Am I dressed like I have a lot of money?
No, but
I mean, maybe it's you. Maybe.
me. Look at me. I mean, I don't even this idol might be the only thing that's of any value on here.
Okay.
Also, why would we have unlimited money on something that I don't even remember?
Why would
Do
I
I
have
have-
anything like this? And holds up the loyalty shunt. What?
Great.
What are we?
I don't-
What's our job?
I have no clue. I don't even know what we're supposed to do here. I have no idea I don't even know
Okay.
if I'm allergic to
Right.
pineapple juice.
Well, we're gonna find out pretty quickly. And if she says we got everything that we have, hopefully they got
Right.
stuff for anaphylactic shock.
Right. Oh, great. Yes. Well,
Well-
apparently, since we've got an unlimited bill, they could charge us anything, so might as well.
Yeah, that's something to figure out.
That.
I should have asked what name.
Did you see the way she looked at us? That unlimited, that doesn't seem normal.
That it doesn't, and you would think that there would be like rich customer, I could maybe work some tip or something out of this, but she seemed nervous to you.
Yes. Yes. I mean, we don't even look rich. Maybe that's the concerning part.
Uh-oh.
We don't exactly look like top tier invite line.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, you ever see that thing where like billionaires, they dress like crap? Maybe it's
no,
one
I
of those
don't
things.
remember. I guess, sure. That's,
I
but I can't remember anything.
can't remember it all.
There is a beeping coming from inside your compartment in one of the corners, like small electrical sound, just a beep.
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Do you happen to have a watch that you put over there or something?
Not that my wrists both
Empty. Yep.
Great.
Not
Okay.
that I'm aware of. We're about to find out. I'm gonna go over and investigate.
Yeah. Do a roll to investigate. I don't think anything. We haven't established that you have any background skills that would make you good at this.
No.
So go ahead and give me your 2d6.
4 and a 4.
Okay. So
Look, I've learned not to trust this immediate successes off the bat. This is going to end poorly
Okay.
for me.
So here is the first thing is that it succeeds and you find what is very clearly a camera that appears to be running out of battery.
Oh, hey,
What?
hey, camera. Let's check through the photos or the file or the videos. Or,
Open it. Don't explain it. Just open it.
okay,
Come
all
on.
right.
Press That's the wrong button. Press that one. Have you never used a camera before?
These things. Do you? No. Here, you take it.
And I will try to quickly go back to the gallery and see the last taken photos.
Okay, go ahead and give me a roll.
First one is
2d6.
First one's a 1 and then a 3.
Okay. You can't figure you can't even find like a good screen for this. Like it's too small to be able to for you to be able to figure it out. And with your double 4s, Oyanusi, we are going to go into a flashback.
Okay.
Because you know someone's secret. It does not have to be one of the two of you. It is someone's secret that is connected to why you are now on this train in these clothes with these things.
Ooh, okay.
So how far are we flashing back to?
I want to say we're flashing back maybe about not terribly far, maybe a couple days.
Okay.
Maybe even a day, but the timeline's sort of unclear.
Right.
I think that there is a flash to the two of us like having put on the Outlander skin suits and like coming out of the changing rooms, both like affixing our cloaks. Perhaps you making a joke at my expense that your cloak is longer than mine. Like, I'm not compensating for anything. That's why.
Probably should.
You know.
You set me up for it. I'm sorry.
Every single time. And I think that there is like just a slight blur forwards to us waiting at like a train station. Having clearly like whatever was causing us to get on in a rush was not that we were late for the train.
Yep.
But I think that there is a moment where somebody steps up to the platform and it's someone who looks exactly like the person who just took our order.
Yeah.
And when they step onto the train, not our train, the train ahead of us, when they step onto the train, there is another person that also looks exactly like her.
Oh.
But they don't seem to notice it themselves.
Okay. So we got potentially clone situation or
something along those lines, or like some sort of like identity falsifier kind of deal,
or robots, like you didn't get close enough to. I mean, she looked like a person when she talked to you, but like she didn't come all the way in. You didn't touch her. You didn't get close enough to like see any of that. Okay. So something is off with her.
Right.
Somehow. Okay. You are both messing with this camera.
It should be a card, like a memory card or
I'm trying here. It's a little hard, okay? And like shaking. Hands are just trembling as I'm trying to flip through it.
All right. Hey. Breathe. Deep breaths. In for 4. Hold. Out
3,
for 8.
2. Okay, right.
Okay.
8's a big ask right now, okay?
I get it. Sorry,
another knock on the door.
Numb. Just.
It slides open and it's the
Come
same
on in.
person. Hi, I have your order.
Yes, thank you so much. Sorry about this. We're having a bit of an issue with our camera.
Camera?
Yeah. It had a lot of our
Family
Photo-
photos.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go on these trips to Tokyo just once in a lifetime and you gotta keep those memories.
And some asshole accidentally hit delete all. So we're just
Oh.
trying to.
Well, all right.
We'll
She's
figure it out.
holding
But
the
thank
tray
you.
in
Thank
the
you
hall.
very much. Sorry, you're probably not. You don't care.
Right.
I'm gonna go over and reach for the tray, and I'm going to just kind of like as I like take it from her, just kind of try and like slightly brush her hand to see if I feel anything, if it's skin, if it's metal, if it's
Sure.
a hologram.
Okay, give me a roll, please.
3-1.
One. You're very shaken. Like this is like just really very stressful to not remember what is going on. You take it, she is very deft at like not brushing against you.
Right. Just not
that
making
could
contact.
be because she is trying like, oh no, nobody touched me.
Customer
I've got
service,
secrets.
yeah.
Or she's a customer service person who like,
Yeah.
she probably delivers hundreds of these trays every single day. And so you take the tray, and she like backs up and just thanks so much. And then she sort of like just kind of like glances up and down the hall, and waits for you to head back inside.
Okay. Thank you.
You back up and it closes, and then you hear footsteps receding.
Okay.
Hand me my juice at least. I could use something.
okay.
That might help. Yeah.
Do you want half of the sandwich or
It's real juice, which is not a thing that you were expecting. Also, you think it's maybe real meat, which is also not a thing that you maybe you've only ever had it like once or twice in your entire life.
What?
How is yours? Because my drink is
good.
Yes.
Like really good.
I've never had anything like it. Like it actually feels like substance and it's not that weird artificial tingle that happens afterwards.
Yeah, it's not synthesized. This is food.
I've never had anything like this. I can't remember what anything tasting as here, take a sip, and she'll slide the juice over your way.
Yeah, have sandwich.
Yeah.
You're not lactose intolerant, are you?
Who cares?
You would know. Yeah, whatever.
This is worth it. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
This is amazing.
I want both of you to give me a roll. Just 2d6.
Okay.
4.
You got a 3 and a 6.
And a 6.
Okay, so you have a regular success. You have a complicated success. Kawamura, you, as you're like, it's sort of almost like lost in the reverie of this actual food, and you glance up over Oyanusi's shoulder, and there is another camera light in that corner. And you are looking past Kawamura, and you see one too in the other corner. But then the cost is that, like, as you are looking at it, you shift, and it like snaps the camera that you were messing with, that you were trying to like figure out what was going on. You like crunch on it.
What was that sound?
Hey, remember that joke I made about me hitting delete all?
You didn't.
I think that was the camera.
Okay. Well, speaking of that, and
yeah, you see it too?
Yeah. Yes. I am concerned.
I'm also concerned. Okay, not a private cabin.
Right. I don't know if that's standard or not, or if this is a unique thing like ours. Is this camera the same kind of camera that we were looking at earlier?
Mm-hmm. And because you got an uncomplicated success,
Mhm.
there's another one in the third corner. So like there was a camera in each corner.
Okay.
There's just one had started to run out of battery and so
Oh.
was beeping, which is the one that you had found originally.
Well, at this point, they know we found one, so what's the harm,
Yeah.
right?
Hey, Ko, I got a question.
Yeah, what is it?
We have unlimited credits in this cabin, right?
Yes.
Neither of us have tasted real food before.
Not that I've ever remembered.
So that's definitely not our money.
No. I'm gonna check real quick and make sure, like, I don't feel like I've been sewn open or anything. Like,
Right, yeah.
no, I think
Nope.
No scarring or
Your
stitches.
body feels normal, feels like your body. Like I know your memories are weird, but like it,
physically okay.
physically nothing hurts. You don't have any recent wounds or scars. Like just
Okay.
normal.
Are there any windows in this cabin?
No.
Right.
I know some trains have like little ongoing tickers to say how close we are to the next stop, or is there like ever any announcements that we can hear down the hallway of okay.
Nope. It is quiet. You haven't heard anything aside from the person who has come to ask you for things. And there's no windows to the outside.
Okay.
To be fair, this is a bullet train
Right.
and you are probably going underneath an ocean.
Okay.
So there's not much to look at. You would be inside a tunnel.
Mhm. Okay.
Right.
You know what? I'm just getting kind of irritated at this point, still a little nervous about this, and she's going to stand up and pull out that one camera that was over your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine looking at the lens directly. If you have answers, you can come talk to us before I kind of rip it out.
Whoa.
What are they going to do?
Whoa.
Come here and tell us what's going on? Good. Maybe then we'll get some more information.
I mean,
Either way, it's
ideally,
progress.
I'd like to not get shot in the process of finding out what's going on.
Why would they shoot us if they give us unlimited credit for food?
I don't know how we got that money.
Well, they'll bill
Okay,
us for it, okay?
so-
Fine. Put it on the credit.
Hey, full disclosure, I remembered something.
I'm sorry, what?
It was
You
you,
wanted
and
to-
me. It was you
Yes?
and me. You were making fun of my cloak size, and we were putting on the skin suits, and then we were at a train station, so we weren't late for the train. But then a girl got on the train, and she looked exactly like the waitress. But then another girl got off the train, who also looked exactly like her, but they were dressed different, and that's it. That's all I got. So I don't know who she is, but I don't
But we
I don't
know
know
each
if that's
other.
the real. I guess.
We went clothing shopping
That's the
together with a
takeaway.
shopping spree with this
No,
unlimited.
it seemed like we
That's-
were getting ready for something.
What do you wear with something like this? Where are we going?
I don't think these are our normal clothes.
Okay. So we went shopping for a particular place as we
I
took a
didn't seem like a
midnight
mall,
train.
but-
Do you remember anything else? Just sit down. What was it, the breathing, the counting to 8 thing that you mentioned?
Yeah.
Focus.
I'm trying.
Roll another 2d6 for me. Both of you.
5, 4.
5 and a 4.
You notice, both of you, kind of at the same time, that the camera that you are holding, still connected, is live streaming. It's live.
And I'm going to, in a moment of shock and realization, just take a seat on top of the camera.
Good.
Um,
I mean, I don't think it's that kind of show, but
well, that's not what I was. Obviously, thank you. That's not the intention here. What do you think I was going to
no, I
distract
know.
them?
I was just trying to lighten it.
No.
It was dumb. It was super. I'm sorry.
Yes. Great.
It just seemed like that's kind of the rapport that we had, but maybe not.
Well, apparently something. I made fun of your cloak size. I don't know. I have no idea. What size is your cloak? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Great.
I don't know.
Throughout all of this, I will constantly be kind of making eye contact with one of the cameras still up in the corner. Just
There are two more.
Now I'm just gonna.
They have the same lights that the one that you are obscuring has.
Oye's just kind of rubbing his head.
listen, I don't care what size your cloak is right now.
That's
And
not. Yeah.
I need you. Look at me. Look at me. We're gonna figure this out. So we know we got on together.
Yes.
We know we bought these together. So
Or we're given them.
or given them, but we got them together. So we've been in this for a little while at this point. This is more than just a singular experience. It's something we both apparently initially agreed to, but I don't understand what happened between getting on the train and then forgetting everything.
Well, it seems like there was something else that happened, right? Because apparently we got on in a rush. If we can even trust what she says.
That's
The
true.
door slides open.
Hi.
No one's there.
Hello? If I poke my head out, do I see
Anybody home?
You poke your head out. There's no one in the hall.
okay, we're not getting any more answers in here. Let's just walk down the hallways and see what we found. Come on.
We don't know what's. Look,
We'll just say we're looking for the bathroom.
Together?
I don't know. It's safer in numbers. What do you want?
Okay, I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
We both just finished
the world's
eating.
a terrible place. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes. It's better it's fine. Before we go, can I pat down the cushions or anything to see if anything else happens to be left there? I think we got everything.
Yeah.
Just to be sure.
Any spare credits in between?
If you are patting things down and checking things, are we both doing that? Do you both want to do a quick?
Yeah.
Okay, then give me a 2d6.
I'll look underneath some of the seats.
1 and a 5.
6 and a 2.
Okay, so you each have one success, which means it is complicated, but you do both find something. There is a flash drive that the Kawamura finds.
Okay.
And Nusi, you find what looks like a plain sheet of paper, which is weird because there's not paper anymore.
Right. This isn't synthetic. This feels
it's
like
paper
everything else here feels real.
And it's folded in half.
Open it up. See if there's anything written on it.
Yeah, there is. It says, "Move. They'll be here soon."
Okay, change of mind.
What? What?
Attitude, we got to go.
Okay.
Now we have to go.
This is what I found, and then she'll shove it in her pocket real quick.
Excellent. Somewhere safe.
Yeah. Yes.
Go.
Okay.
And just immediately
left?
start moving.
Right. Okay.
Out somewhere.
To the front. Whatever. What feels like the front. To the right. I don't know.
To the right. You're going to the right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you go out. You both turn to the right. There's a moment of hesitation where you're like, "Oh God, where am I going?" And you turn to the right, and you how fast are you running? Are you walking? What is your demeanor?
I'd say we're not running, but yes.
Yeah, walking fast, power walking.
Yes.
Walking.
Your
with
hair is
purpose.
gonna move.
Walking with a purpose. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So as you are walking by, you pass another compartment.
Mm-hmm.
Door is open. It is empty. You pass the second compartment. Door is open. It is empty. You are getting ready to pass a third compartment, and around the corner comes the person who brought you your food. Around, like, not out of that compartment, but like from another place on the train.
Hallway. Yeah.
Is she carrying food or anything?
Nope.
Hi. Bathrooms this way?
Pineapple juice went right through me. We gotta go.
Sure. Yeah. Follow me. I can take you.
Oh no, if you just point us in the direction, don't worry. We can handle it. We're great.
We'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just me, you don't want to.
Oh, yeah, don't let us walk. It's terrible. It's terrible. Just this, we'll find it. I'm sure there's a sign.
Give me a roll, both of you. We were trying to convince her.
I feel like that facial expression should give you a +2 or something. Yeah, right. That was impressive. 3 and 3.
Oh.
5 and 5.
5 and 5.
Thanks.
This is weird. This is starting to get weird.
Okay,
Like the symmetry is bizarre.
She's thrown off by Kawamura, like, but she takes a look at your face and is like, oh, I don't want to deal with that.
That's what happens when you give somebody real pineapple juice who's only ever had synthetic.
Who's never had any kind of juice. And then she like lets you, she just points you to a couple compartments down, and it is like a refresher area, right? There's a place to use the facilities. There's also like a small shower, and it's sort of attached to, like, you have gone into what looks like a more expensive, like a bigger suite, right? That has like the bathroom attached. But like, she's standing, the door slid shut, but you didn't hear her footsteps leave. She is outside. Okay. And then here are the flashbacks that you each get now. So Kawamura, you get to fill in a detail about one of the 2 items that you have. So either the Jade Idol or the Loyalty Shunt, you get to fill in. And then Oyunusi, you remember something you can do. Now, this is a thing, like, in this world, like, you can sort of build what is here. Is there magic here? You kind of get to decide. Is it all like cybernetics? Do you have some sort of implant or something? You get to pick a thing that you can do.
I want to get Becca in on like, if we're world building, what are we feeling? What are we feeling? We feeling this is like cyberpunk, Shadowrun? Is this more like?
I'm feeling very cyberpunky. Yes, very much so.
Cool. Okay.
Go all in.
Do you want me to go first with the flashback, or do you want to go first with the flashback?
Go ahead and let yours go first, and maybe I might try to integrate it in.
Cool.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Don't make it too hard then.
I think as soon as the door shuts, there's this flashback for Oya where different building, different location, lights are all off, like this place is clearly closed. But I have I hit something on my wrist, and like my skin kind of like recedes almost like a panel, and there's a tool set on the inside. And I like pry a panel off the wall, and I like go in and I start messing with the circuits, and I'm able to like I have a knowledge of electrical wiring and everything along those lines. And so the door shuts. And
it's like the sound of that is the same sound.
Yeah, it's that
makes
same,
it when it
the like decompression. And I just, in a very specific pattern, like hit pressure points on my arm, and it slides open. Oh.
What is that? You can do that?
Apparently.
That's pretty rare, isn't it?
I wouldn't know. Well, we're going to find out exactly what I can do. I'm just going to pull out like it almost looks like a lockpick.
Mm-hmm.
And I insert it right between one of the panels and pop it out to reveal the wiring behind it. Right. Well, that's step one. What's step two?
Let's pause there and go back,
Yeah.
go over to let's do your flashback about a detail about one of the items.
I'm actually going to piggyback also off of the past flashback that we had of before we went clubbing shopping, giving us about 12 hours beforehand at this point. And in the city of Tokyo, especially at this point in the world, day, night doesn't really exist, right? It's all lit by these cybernetic lights, neons everywhere. And amazingly enough, we're both exquisitely dressed. Just very well-made items lined with lights. And we're entering into this very large building, tall and white in structure with beautiful colored lights dancing along the walls. Listen, we need to make this quick. That's what I brought you for. Don't mess around and don't talk to anyone. Got it?
No, strictly business.
Perfect. Just follow my lead, okay?
Roger that.
And as we walk in, it's almost like this gala, extravagant, ridiculous fashion statements made all around. Think like neck collars that just span out like peacock feathers.
Or like Met
people
Gala
are wearing like layers
kinda.
of hula hoops, right? Everyone's trying to get seen. Everyone has their own walking art piece. Pay them no mind. They're merely just the distraction. Come back here. And she'll take you to a very small corner in the back room almost, where it feels much more dimly lit, light green in nature. Right here. And she'll click her thumb right against what looks like a blank wall.
Mm-hmm.
This is where you do your stuff.
Okay. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. We got about a level 3 Exxon security system. Not bad. Not bad.
I told you, with that kind of security, something's good behind it.
Alrighty. How much you case this joint?
Listen, you don't need to ask any more questions.
All right.
I have the information. Just trust me. I've never failed you before. This is going to give us what we want. And then we can leave.
There was that one time in Texas, but we will talk about that at another time.
That doesn't count. Texas was a whole nother thing.
Texas was a 3-month project.
Okay.
That went south in about 2 minutes. But
all right. But remember when we went to France? They didn't even see it coming. They still don't even know that it's missing at this point.
Yeah, the fact that hasn't shown up on the news on any of the sites is pretty impressive.
I know. Trust me, you're going to like this.
All righty, Miss Kawa.
Open it up.
I'll trust you. And there it goes.
And emerging from the panel next to it, again, almost invisible, it fades away, that holographic fake wall. And you see that little jade idol sparkling all around. Go ahead, pick it up.
You want me to just touch it?
Yes, it's fine.
After a level 3 Exxon security system, you think I can just go in there and grab it?
Well, I'm not going to. Again, that's why I brought you here, okay?
Where are the cameras? Am I being punked? Is that what's going on? All right.
There are always cameras. You know this, but we know their angles.
I'm just going to pull out a aerosol can from a side pouch and just from within the suit, should not have fit, actually. And just spray it across
There's nothing. It's not picking anything up.
Trust me. The arrogance of these people. They think that they have the best security system, that they never layer it. Trust me. That's why we're here. And they're home. You don't go to museums anymore. It's the private collections.
Very fair point. Anything worth taking isn't worth putting on display for the public.
Exactly. Speaking of display, you still have that contact that can help us ditch these outfits, right?
Oh yeah. Trust me.
Because this just feels horrendous and hard to move in.
Guy's got a veritable department store.
Great. Well, even though that color does look nice on you, there's just something that doesn't vibe with you.
What? You don't think I look good cleaned up? Maybe it's my roguish charm.
You're practically unrecognizable at this point.
Well, you, my dear, actually fit that quite well.
The elevator dings behind you.
Quick.
Yep. So like quickly replace it with a little object that projects a hologram of the jade idol and just quickly pocket it. Bang on the wall once and the thing comes back down.
I told you this space was absolutely disappointing. Just a misuse, an opportunity that they had and got rid of.
There's just so much blank space. I don't understand.
Exactly. And hello, kind of waving past the people on the elevator.
I mean, maybe it's supposed to be the use of the void as sort of like a statement piece, but it's one of those modern art things that I don't understand.
No. Modern art.
And you're brought back to the present with this information in both of your brains suddenly.
We have worked together before.
We've done this for a while.
You're still clean. That can't have been that long ago. Look at you. And she'll kind of like grab your jawline just a bit. Like, look, there's not any dirt on your face. This is clearly okay.
Yeah, that had to have been recent.
So that's
you've
where
still got you've got whatever that thing is.
Whatever it is. I don't know why or what it does.
Why do I have a prod for a security for a loyalty whatever?
Listen, we do a lot of work together, but that clearly has to have been something separate. I would never, I couldn't, I would. Okay, I don't know, but I doubt it.
You're suggesting this is something that I'm into?
Listen, I said we work together. That means you also probably had other jobs. There are other options. I don't know who you would have worked with.
I don't know what we're implying, Miss Kawa, if that even is your name.
What do you mean it says on my freaking ID?
I understand it says on your ID, but clearly we were using different identities.
Oh, great. That's perfect. Well,
so who am I?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. This is going nowhere. No. And she probably thinks we're having the worst bathroom break of our life.
Well, I think I sold it pretty good. I'm just saying.
Great.
Look. I trusted you enough to take that thing without really asking twice.
Right. And there was Texas, whatever Texas was. And France. We've been at least 3 gigs, 3 things together.
Okay. All right.
So,
well, I've disabled the door for now.
Okay.
There's usually another egress for these places that are hidden from public eye for like janitorial staff.
Perfect.
And I don't know why I know that.
It's wonderful. It's great.
So
we've got this. Keep going.
The thing that door did, that the little pendant was behind.
Yes.
Yeah. You seem to be really good at figuring out where those were.
Right. I find things. Things.
You're good at layouts.
Okay. Okay, let me just breathe. We're a team. You did your part.
Yep.
Maybe this is where I get to do mine.
You got this.
Time to shine.
You got this, Kawa. That's what I'm calling you for now.
That works. That works. Do you want Nusi? Oya? What do you prefer?
Oya sounds better, I think.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah.
Oh
Oh yeah.
yeah.
No, I'm
Like
not saying it
Canadians.
that way. No, just
Okay.
all right. Just let me have this moment. Quit distracting me, and you just go sit by the door and make sure she's not just
All right,
standing
all
there
right, all
breathing
right.
there.
Yeah. Let me see if I can get into the security system at all.
Right. Right.
Okay.
I would like to just start running my fingers along the walls
Mm-hmm.
and trying to feel like a sense of like just kind of tapping along the way, using sensitivity to see if like anything feels different or sounds just slightly more hollow than before.
Okay. Give me a roll. And you can add an extra die because it's something we've established that you're good
Yeah.
at.
Okay, good. Because that first one was a 2.
Mhm.
All right. That's a 4 and then a 4.
Oh,
Mm.
okay. So it is a success. You find you were looking for like the service tunnel, the like
Yes.
a compartment. So it's hard because it's a train, right?
Right.
So there's not like a bunch of things, but this does have a small compartment that can get you into the compartment next to it. Like you found like a little thing. And um you now um you only have after this one you'll only have 2 more secrets to uncover. And
Okay.
one of them is the history between the two of you. You get to establish
Hell yeah.
now in a flashback what you are to each other.
Oh gosh. Do
And
you want to
this
co-dream this up with me?
I was going to say
Yeah,
this
yeah.
feels like something that you should both definitely like
Mhm.
discuss. And in fact, I actually think that this might be a good place. Like, what if we let it percolate for a second? Like, what if we go take our bio break and like just let it sort of like just let it swim around in the back of our brains.
Mhm.
So when we get back, we get to discover how these two folks know each other. Like, I mean, are they lovers? Are they family members? Are they bitter enemies who just are good to work together? Can't wait. We'll see. We'll see. Go grab yourself a pineapple juice and a Reuben. I don't know that those two go together, but this is what we've chosen.
An
Or
interesting
like a
combo.
ration bar, whatever.
Yes.
And we'll be back in a few minutes. Bye. Welcome back from the break. Listen, I told my folk that they needed to figure out their relationship, and they definitely just said before we came back that their brains were empty. And so I can't wait to see what happens here. Let's find out. What is your relationship? The two of you.
Oh,
Let's set the scene at a ramen bar.
Love it.
ooh, okay.
I mean,
All
I
right.
would really
Yes.
like some ramen at the moment.
Right?
In
That's
general.
what I was thinking. I let my
Mm.
stomach make most of my important decisions.
I'm down with
That's
it.
solid choice.
So no table, but at the bar itself.
Oh yeah, fully
Mhm.
like it's got the whole. Yep.
Yes.
Are you both there already? Or is one of you there waiting for the other?
I'll be waiting. I haven't ordered
Mhm.
anything yet at this point.
Okay.
Just kind of waiting, clearly looking around, tapping her fingers on the
Mhm.
countertop.
I think as you're looking like towards the door, you feel someone sit down in the seat next to you. All right. Well, you're the one who called this, so you set the terms.
The terms are very simple.
Mhm.
We keep contact to a minimum. We don't ask personal details. This is a one-time job. And then we move forward and we never speak again. So that way we can't be traced.
Works for me, honestly. After that stunt that you pulled, nearly frying my system, I would not mind. Just the miso. If I never saw you again either.
Listen, it was the easiest way to get your attention and you don't listen. That's not my fault. Nothing for me. Thank you.
Why the ramen bar then if you're not hungry?
Oh, I'm not staying long. But I figured you look like you need something to eat. So this one's on me. I've heard you've
can't
been
just wreck my entire operation and then come in and tell me that I look malnourished.
Turns out that I can because I just did. Plus, rumor on the street is that you are pretty desperate looking for jobs right now. So I don't think
On
you are
what
going to complain.
street? Excuse me.
Oh,
Who
come
told
on.
you that?
Listen, you know I don't give away any of my contacts and where I hear things from. I just find information.
It was Boris.
Okay, fine. It was Boris.
Son of a... I knew it.
Listen,
I knew...
if you didn't want Boris opening his freaking mouth, which he is known to have the largest mouth ever, all right? And I think actually just physically, it's very large. Have you seen him eat?
It was physically enhanced. That's something he doesn't tell a lot of people, but yeah,
that
he
makes sense.
actively got the extension to do like the double unhinge. It was... Why? I don't know. It's just something he was like, I want to be known as Boris the Mouth. And here we are.
His smile is so unnerving.
It's creepy. It's
Thank
creepy,
you.
right?
But remember, this is your fault. You told Boris, not me. So what did you expect to happen?
He said, I'm Boris the Mouth. I thought it just meant the thing. I didn't mean it. We thought running his lips everywhere.
No, that's exactly what he does. But the point still stands. You are in need of a job.
The chef comes over and sets your food down in front of you and says,
Thanks.
You two are so cute. I love it when you come in. And then he walks
Thanks. All right. Well, now they're not getting a great tip. Don't look so miserable when you're sitting next to me. Apparently, we look great together.
Yeah. All right, fine. Simple, in and out, no contact.
Yes.
No traceability.
Bingo.
What's the gig?
Have you ever been to Texas?
Oh, no.
Texas started it all.
This is it.
That's very
beginning.
good. Very good. I love the like rivals to friends thing that we have going on right now. This is very good.
So those things are sort of like bouncing around in your brain as you are getting yourself through into the next compartment.
Just sneak down through here, lower your head, and you won't get hit by anything, okay?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, well, one problem.
Yeah.
Like still arm, like still in the circuitry. Um, they're trying to do the system override right
I'm sorry.
now.
What? Just can you overwrite their override? Is
Yeah,
that
I can
possible?
I can give myself 20 seconds.
Do it. Do you need me to count down? 19, 18. 17,
Okay, yeah,
16.
not helpful, Kawa.
I'm sorry. I thought it would give you a time frame at least. I don't know.
20 seconds from when I say go.
What do you want me to do? Hit it with a wrench? I don't even have a wrench. Oh, go.
Give me a roll to see how well your override is. You can't just like put that juicy thing out in front of me and then just like.
It was a 5 and a 6.
Okay, so you're able to detach easily. You are not like you got out. You feel like you've gotten out clean.
Yes. Cool. And then immediately into the shaft.
Great. So you spill out into what looks like it should be a kitchen. But there's nobody in here. In fact, it doesn't even look like anything's been used in here. It's spotless.
Wait a minute.
How did they make the food?
That's what I'm wondering. And I'll start like rummaging through the cabinets, like looking for anything that might be used.
Opening up like refrigerators or like food storage area to see if there's anything.
Is it stocked?
I mean, as far as you can tell, everything is empty. Like there's all of the things that you would use in a kitchen. They're all clean. They're all stacked and put away.
All right.
Color,
let's just pretend
weird.
There's always an explanation. Maybe there's 2 kitchens. This is a very long bullet train.
Okay. Yeah.
A lot of rooms.
A good point, but then why would they use the further kitchen?
I don't. Maybe she enjoys long walks down the bullet train. I don't know let's not focus on that. We have to keep moving forward.
Okay, all right. Okay.
No. Are there knives here?
Yeah.
I'm going to look at the knives and then.
Hey, we moving or?
Very gingerly, she'll pull one off of one of the magnetic strips. Do you think we should arm ourselves?
I'm wondering how far we are against the realm of plausible deniability at this point.
But they are super sharp.
You know what? You keep your hands clean.
No.
It's fine.
No,
I've got one. I'll slide one into one of my pockets. Let's just keep moving.
Okay. All right.
And just like before, we each take responsibility for our own part. You had nothing to do with this if anything happened, okay?
Okay, Colin. We're not playing
that game. It's not a game. This is how we run things. And we don't remember a lot, but let's stick with what we do know. We each are responsible for a part. This is my choice.
All right.
Let's move forward. We're backward. I don't even know where we are right now.
We'll just keep moving.
Right.
That's it just said move and holds up the piece of paper.
Right.
I don't know who they are. I don't know. It just says move.
Is the writing typed or handwritten?
Handwritten.
Who handwrites things these days?
You don't recognize this, do you?
Give me a roll. Let's see if you do.
Handwriting.
First one's a 1. Mm-hmm. Next one's a 5.
Okay. Yeah. With a complication, you do recognize it. It's Oya's handwriting.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
In a moment of pause, you see her scrunch up her face a little bit, eyebrows furrowed. No, I have seen that before. You know, there's only one other person I know who actually writes things on paper for whatever reason, despite being digitally altered. That's you. That's you. You wrote that. You wrote that to yourself. Did you just write that?
No, I found this in between the cushions when we were looking. It was in the...
So you wrote a note to yourself.
Saying, move, they'll be here soon.
Also,
they?
The complication is that it is written in what looks like it might be blood.
And I clearly haven't noticed this.
Yeah.
No.
I think to me it looks like ink.
Sure.
I'm going to grab the paper very cautiously. You don't have any pens on you, right? That's what you checked for?
The only thing I had were the loyalty shunt and the
Right. No.
Memory
Okay.
sucks today. I forgot the word for ID card.
Yeah. No, it's okay. You don't have any pens on you, that means, but you wrote this. No. You wrote this somehow.
I guess, yeah.
How do your fingertips look?
Yeah, one of them is your index finger.
Great.
Oh.
You didn't notice that you have a cut on your finger. You looked everywhere else on your body for cuts and bruises. And yes, she'll hand it back. I can't believe this. You are the most blind individual I've worked. Are you also colorblind? Could you not tell that was blood?
What does this look like to you?
It looks like the word move. I don't know, blood. It scratched on there with
Kawa, this... Okay.
You have to give me a complete sentence here.
I'm just dumb.
No, you're not dumb. I'm panicking, and I need you to tell me if you come up with anything like the cut on your finger or the paper, and we get to look at it. I need you to tell me everything in this moment. Anytime something comes to you, I need you to be open with me.
Kawa, this looks like a typed note to me.
You don't see the handwritten aspect of this. I need you just to look into this eye. I need to see if you have an alteration, okay?
Okay.
Don't blink. Just look straight forward at this eye. Focus for me. I'd like to analyze his eyes.
Give me a roll.
A 6?
Uh-huh.
And a 5.
Okay. This is a success. Something is different. It is not like there is a something like implanted in that eye. Like in the base of.
Mm-hmm. Kind of a little on the side, like a little bump.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep looking. Just focus on this. Don't move. Don't move your head. And she'll just, with the slightest touch, fingertips only, touch the bump right at the temple area. Mm-hmm. Do you feel that?
You do.
I don't remember you having something like that before. Is this new?
I don't remember.
Okay. Tell me, what else do you see in this space? All the kitchen looks clean and empty, right? There's nothing else that you see.
No, everything is
okay.
Looking back into her eyes, I didn't see anything.
No.
Okay.
Why you? Why did they do this to you?
I don't know. But honestly, you don't seem to have anything going on, and there's comfort in that, at least.
But is this a game to them? To somebody? Like, why?
I don't know who they are.
No, you're right.
I don't know.
Okay.
Why did we rush to get on the train?
I don't know. Everything else seemed to go perfectly as planned from what we can remember.
Okay.
We got the item. We got changed. We have fake IDs. We have Everything else is placed. Oh yeah, I don't. Okay,
We
I'm
gotta
going to
keep
say
moving.
this. We're going to keep moving.
Yep.
You let me know anytime you see words. Just let me know, and we have to
Okay.
double check it. Anything that is digital to you, you call out to me, and I'll see if it's organic. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
As you're going, as you're moving around, a little distracted, little upset, and you bump, and the jade idol kind of bounces out of your pocket and falls. And when it hits the ground, the bottom pops open, and there's a compartment.
That's not supposed to happen, is it? Did I break it?
No, that looks intentional.
Kawa will kind of crash her knees into the ground, picking up those pieces. How? This is all it took to open it? What is it that she's holding in her hand now?
So it's sort of popped open like a cap, almost like came off the bottom, and inside there was a like hollow tube, and there's a rolled up, what seems like very old piece of paper.
Okay. This is grab me some tongs. Grab me some tongs.
That looks organic.
Yes. Good. Okay, good. Good. You see that too. All right.
Yep.
I'm going to hold it, and I want you to pull it out very gently, okay?
All right. Give me a roll for how gentle you are pulling out, my friend.
Okay.
Sorry. I shouldn't have laughed at that.
Can I? That's fair. I didn't even catch it. I was like in the panic mode of the character.
Yeah, sometimes you're in a panic when you're pulling out. It's okay.
Show how gentle you are.
How gentle are you?
Considering that my previous skills in like working with delicate wiring and like hacking into different systems, can I add an extra die?
I will allow it.
Brilliant. No matter how you shake it, that is a 6 and a 2.
What is the third one?
1.
All right. I mean, that's still a success. It is a complicated success, but it is a success. So yeah, you were able to slide this roll of very old paper out. It's like crumbly. It's really brittle. And so you're able to take it out. And you cannot get it to be flat without it cracking. Like it's opening, but it's like, I mean, it's been rolled for a really long time, and it is not happy about not being rolled anymore.
Okay.
It's just it's very dry. I don't know if this actually works. Can we maybe steam some water? That might add some moisture to it. It'll make it less likely to crack. That moisture will help fill some of the spaces for it.
Do we have time to steam water?
They don't even know we're here. As far as they know, you're still clogging up the toilet.
Fair.
Go ahead, Mr. Pooper. Start up some water.
I'm not a huge fan of that nickname, but fine.
Sorry.
Whatever.
In fact,
it's
that
fine.
might be the least of my favorites of the nicknames that you have given me over the years.
We'll see if you can remember all of them before you say a statement like that.
Well, that one's going to burn into my brain no matter how many times they wipe us.
Well, if...
Yeah,
Buddy.
you like that?
All right.
As I'm checking to see if the sinks even work.
Yeah,
If
the
there's
sinks
even
work.
water that
It's a
comes
fully
out of it.
functional kitchen.
Okay.
Just get something small so that way it'll heat up faster, boil the water, and we'll just hold it above it tenderly.
I'm grabbing a small pot, filling it with water, and then I'm also grabbing like the finest strainer that I can to just
So you can like
hold
set it above it.
and then the steam can kind of like come up through.
All right. I would say let's have you both roll, because then we'll see about the like mechanics of it happening, and then what
How
happens.
does this work?
How does it work? If it works at all.
To any of my docent friends, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm sure I learned this from like National Treasure from Nick Cage or something.
Oh, for sure.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
5 and 3.
4 and 3.
Okay. So you each have complicated successes. You're able to get all of the things. It's louder than you want, like turning everything on pretty loud, as it turns out. And it does like moisten the paper a little bit more so it can unfurl a little bit. It doesn't lie flat, but it opens enough that you can see what is on the inside of it.
What do you read? What do you read?
It looks typed to you.
Yeah.
And it looks like what you think is probably like longitude and latitude.
Like coordinates.
Great. Well, that's just definitely built in for me.
What about you?
What? Oh, that's right. And she'll kind of bump you a little bit to the side, just forcing her head. Just let me see this, okay? It's curled up a little bit. I can't see it from the angle.
It looks, I mean, it's still coordinates, but like they look like they were scrawled quickly, like very sloppily.
Okay, this is clearly handwritten in a rush. I don't know what this digital stuff that you're seeing.
Typed.
It's not typed though. Okay, every time that you see something typed, just assume that it isn't. Wait. Check yourself one more time. Any other bumps? Any other things? You're not transmitting any information, right?
Do another roll.
Yeah.
Are you checking yourself as well?
Yes, that's a good idea.
So what did you get?
Complicated success. 4 and a 3.
4 and a 3. 5 and a 3. Same complicated success. You are not feeling. Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
There are bumps on everybody's body.
I have a robotic arm.
Robotic arm that you didn't notice before. Right. Like this is like there's stuff that like could be bumps that maybe are not things that you are normal, but like it's really hard to tell. None of them they don't do anything weird to you when you push on them, but there's definitely, everybody's got like
same
stuff.
Okay. I think this feels normal. Should probably get that checked out. That's great.
Yeah, we'll worry about that when the time comes.
I'm gonna say this from here on out, just in case. I don't know whatever it's reading. It's active enough that it's translating. Yeah, don't look at things from here on out. Somebody else, I'm guessing, right? We had the cameras watching us and it was streamed. There's something that was a live feed for it.
And you're worried that might be in my head.
I don't know. I have no idea, but we can't risk it. So anytime from here on out, you see that there might be something that can read before your eyes can focus on it, just let me take the lead on this, okay?
Okay. I trust you.
I'll always tell you what I see. I'll be open with it. We'll get through this, okay? And then we'll figure out. We'll get somebody to figure out what it is, to analyze it, and we'll find out what's going on. But first, we have to get off this train.
We gotta go.
Yes. Find someone else other than that woman, I guess. All right.
How are you getting out of this room?
Shit.
So there's the one doorway that would likely lead back to where we went because we were adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
Adjacent rooms.
There's the thing that you crawled through.
Yes.
And then there's a door out to like the hallway.
Okay. Is there another door that goes to the hallway on the leading through it? Like, is it a through kitchen?
Doesn't appear to be.
Great. Okay. Well, as far as I know, we just surprised her by coming back out of the kitchen. Would you like to wear a pot as a hat? Might as well really throw her for a ringer.
The boiled water.
What? The boiled water? What?
This is gonna be gross.
You're not gonna throw it on her, are you?
No, I'm not gonna throw it on her. I'm gonna. All right.
Well, not now, I guess.
Did you ever, you don't have to say yes. When you properly clog a toilet, sometimes things are solid enough that you kind of need something to get it did. So maybe you went into the kitchen and grabbed the boiled water and
to soften, if you will.
Yeah.
How often have you clogged a toilet?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. First of all, one of these days, I'm just going to introduce you to a poop knife, and that will make things so much easier.
What
But for
the
now,
hell is a
let's
poop
just
knife?
don't ask questions right now. We don't have time for it, and it's clearly not part of what's going on at this point.
I'm more terrified of the concept of a poop knife than I am about what's going on here.
Okay, it does a little extra. You stab it
what?
if it's too big. That's how it works. Read the internet sometime.
I have
Apparently,
more questions, and none of them I want answered now.
that's fair. That's fair. You know what?
get
You
your
just take
daily dose of science here on Sarah's table.
no regrets.
No
I'm going to send you the
regrets
Reddit
about
link later.
Oh my God, this is a real thing.
Oh yeah, it sure is.
Anyway.
Focusing
Thumbs
back.
up.
Maybe we
You
can
get your
throw the
hot water. What are you
on
going to do? Go out there and be like, somehow we got into another room, the kitchen, to be able to get some hot water?
That's a very good point. Do we throw it on her?
Well,
She might not be real.
okay, what if we make it look like an accident? Like we're holding it there, and if she gets too close, we accidentally spill and it creates a barrier. Yes?
Sure.
I don't know. What do you want
Sure.
from me? I've never
No,
attacked somebody
I'm
with hot
saying
water
sure
before.
because I have no other ideas.
Okay.
Let's go with it.
All right. You take that, and I'm keeping the knife still just in the pocket. I'll
Mhm.
pick up a small pan, meant to like scramble one eggs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Grab a cast iron.
But, of course. What do you think? Cast iron. Grab a cast iron.
You think I'm a peasant?
Yes.
Obviously, I'll take a cast iron. Hmm. Okay, so you're opening the door to the kitchen into the hallway. Yes.
Yes.
Door slides open. Just in front of the room next to you, where you went in, are several people. Like I would say
shut the door.
4.
Shut the
What do they look like?
They all look the same.
Do they notice us?
Oh yes, the door slid open. It was not quiet.
Shut the door faster now. Come on. Okay. Lock it. Whatever you did with the bathroom,
Yep,
lock it.
yep,
There's
yep.
4
Slides
of
back
them.
open.
No. Oh, hi. Hi. We got lost. Turns out
Hey.
the plumbing is a magic portal to the kitchen. That's a sanitary issue. You should really look into that. We were just grabbing some water to go. We're very sensitive. We'll just find our way back to our cabin now.
Yeah. They are sort of encroaching on you
You know,
at this point.
you girls look thirsty. And just
Throwing the boiling water.
boiling water right at the
Give
faces.
me a roll.
Do it. This is terrifying to have clone women just slowly encircling us.
What you get, bud?
So remember what I said in the beginning where I was like, oh, if I got 2 great successes like right off the bat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I got a double number.
What? Okay. That's good.
It's 2
Was it one?
ones.
Double ones?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's fun is that here's the thing. You did throw the boiling water on these people. It did not deter them at all. They didn't stop moving at all. But you get to decide something that another player character can do.
Help me out.
So you get to
Ooh.
gift
Yeah.
right now.
Give me laser eyeballs. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. A rocket launcher appears from your shoulder.
So seeing that they're all the same, throwing the boiling water at them
Didn't do anything.
doesn't phase them. There's no they clearly have like no sense of like feeling. They don't have nerves. These are androids. They are not people.
The lack of head nodding is very concerning.
You with your I think with your knowledge of security systems,
Yes.
I think at that moment something clicks and there is wait a minute, these are like X model Android.
Yes.
I know where the shutoff is.
Mhm.
And you take the pan and like whack them right in like the emergency
correct spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Finding the pressure point.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the thing that you can do, I would even say that it is probably a like the knowledge, I'm going to say you are enhanced in some way, that you can pull up the schematics in your brain.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm seeing this.
So you are able to that's one of the reasons why you were so good earlier in that flashback of knowing where all of the things were and how to get to stuff. You can just
the right tools for the
pull
job.
it up. Yeah.
Got it. Just keep throwing water at them while I'm scanning. Just bite me.
Keep throwing water.
10 seconds. 10. Hit them in the back of the neck. That's the spot. Each of them. You take left, I go right.
Okay. Everybody give me rolls for the 4 androids that you are currently trying to shut down.
5 and 5.
5 and 4.
Yeah. Okay. Here is the complicated success. You get 1 down, and 1 while you are getting the 1 down is sort of wraps themselves around you in it's a grappling kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
And they oh boy, they're really strong. So they're just holding you. Here is a thing that you get to do because you had a double. You take out your 2, and you had a double, and so you're unlocking your last memory.
Mm-hmm.
And it is you get to choose either a location or past event.
Location.
All right. Hit me in this flashback.
Paducah. Which I just realized I only like the name. I have no information about Paducah. I shouldn't have said that one.
Good. No, that's good.
You can veto and if you just said a word. I'm not familiar with that place.
I know it's a city somewhere. I heard it once and I'm like, that's an adorable name for a city.
Becca is a city in Kentucky.
There we go.
Oh, hey.
It's perfect.
It has the National Quilt Museum. It has a winery. It has let's see what else. What else?
Oh, so it's just as adorable as its name.
It is Paducah. Yeah.
Sip your wine underneath a quilt made by grandma.
Yep. We don't know why.
An incredible pull.
On a rocking chair, watching the horses run.
There. We can say that perhaps you pulled a job there, the 2 of you.
Yes.
Or
actually, I like the job. I think this one would be probably one of our very only organic jobs where it was actually getting a horse, which is very rare now at this point.
And would be worth a lot of money.
Yes, insane amounts. And one of the most difficult because now you're working with a live creature. You can't just stuff it away or hide it somewhere. You're feeding it. You got to take care of its health and mentality. You got to have a veterinarian on board as well within your crew. This is probably one of the hardest and biggest payouts.
Yeah.
Paducah.
So what did you learn in that job that is helpful to your situation at this moment?
Well, animal handling is probably not going to be very helpful.
It's just the image of Oya on this stallion, just come on, help!
just screeching, help me, help!
Chasing after you. We have no idea what we're doing here.
I mean, I have a suggestion.
Yes, please.
So this was a situation where I think the clients wanted a horse that was very well protected, and it was protected by a squad of androids. Would be security on the ranch. And so you, in the process of trying to get away with the horse, did tangle with androids. And one of them caught very much the way that is happening right now. And I think that you got him out of it in a very weird way. This is probably a, hey man, you trust me? That was maybe the first moment that you asked him if he trusted you, and he said yes. And then you did something insane to get him away from the android. And so I also feel like in this moment you probably yelled Paducah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what does that mean to you? Oh yeah.
Go for it.
The fact that she just yelled it.
Paducah!
Oh, okay. In this moment with the thing like wrapped around me, so like starting to crush my skeletal structure.
Mm-hmm. I'm just in the background smashing the back of the head of the other androids. Paducah! How many times do I have to say it? Paducah!
I think it was like this was definitely like not even a thing that you do with horses. This is not a tactic that works with horses. It's just something that you shouted out at one point to get me to like stop the horse. And you were just like, bite it. And I was like, what do you mean bite it? Just bite the horse. And I bit it on the back of the neck, and the horse like calmed down and like stopped because I had like hit a pressure point. So
that's never happened before.
You yell out like Paducah. I'm just like, I just bite the android.
Give me a roll for how good the bite is. I'm interested.
I'm definitely chipping a tooth on this.
This checks out. This checks out. Yeah. It's the only thing that's free. So yeah.
It's a 6 and a 5.
All right, yeah. Success. Uncomplicated success. You bite it, and you're able to like hit the right points, and it actually just like stops moving, and then like loosens just enough that you can shimmy out, but it's still like in the.
Okay, all right, off, arms, disengage, arms.
You have to rip them off at this point. You know that. It goes in lockdown when you hit the button.
So am I just gonna wear it around like a backpack?
You could describe it as a shield. It looks better than your cloak.
Well, and I just kind of like maneuver so the android is just sort of like holding me around the shoulders and is just kind of like standing up to my full height, is just kind of
I'm gonna say with an uncomplicated success, you can detach the bottom half if you want.
So there's just the torso, like the android torso. She's just like hanging on.
Yeah.
This is perfect. This is perfect. This will definitely raise no suspicion as we walk down this hallway.
100%. Let's go.
During this fight, you were moving around a lot, and you now that things are calmed down, you realize that you don't feel the train moving.
This is our chance. This is our chance. We have to get off now. We have to get off now.
Underwater? Have we arrived?
We have to. There's no reason why it stops. Down the hallway. You lead because you've got the shield maiden on you.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Yeah. If something comes towards us, just
around to the front again.
Exactly. Like a baby pack.
Hello there.
Head's here.
How are you doing?
Head definitely here.
Hi, buddy. You doing good? All right. Just patting him on the head. It's just like fully
is
like a
unsettling.
Like,
if you name her, it'll be less creepy.
Will it?
No, not for the rest of us, but maybe for him.
Do it.
You want me to? Fine. Leela.
All right, Leela, let's go. Leela, the riot shield.
Perfect.
Charge off down the hall.
It's not weird if you name it. Ba-ba, ba-ba-ba.
She has like a very human head, right?
Absolutely. She looks like a person.
Great. Carrying around.
Oh my God.
Human, like, yeah, it's like carrying around a mannequin.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're doing this.
Just
run
I'm glad
forward.
you voiced that. I'm glad you put that into words.
We're running now, right? Yeah, you're running.
Yes. Oh,
so you're
fully.
looking for an exit.
Yes.
Okay.
An exit or like some sort of viewport to see if we're even like outside or both. Probably both.
There is a door. It looks like an external door. There is no window.
At this point, risk it. Open it.
We could depressurize the entire cabin and be crushed by the entire weight of the ocean.
Okay. You checked the security clearance earlier, right?
Yes.
Can you log in and
Wait.
see like if security is still on high or if it's decompressing on its own? Shouldn't that be one of the set automatic modules that go through whenever we come into a port?
Hang on.
Most of these things run on their own. There's not somebody who's behind a control system. It should trigger automatically when we're in the right space. So there should be
Right.
some sort of indicator. Some sort of
Let's find out. All right. Hang on.
While you're doing that, I'm going to turn Leela's head so she's not looking at me.
Yeah, I need you to just like look over
Ah.
her heads.
Why me? Why not turn her away?
You are combined now at the hips. What do you want? You should get to know her.
Ew.
Stay focused. Come on. Just don't look her in the eyes. You'll be fine.
Oh, right.
Though
it's
she
hard.
winks, you should definitely throw her off.
You should
Yeah, you
definitely
think?
definitely toss her away if she's.
Right. Okay. Hey, didn't you pick up a flash drive?
Oh, I did. She'll pull it out of one of her pockets. What? You got a place for this to plug in? We don't even have a screen.
No, but every single door has a slot in it so that if it ever needs to be overridden by the security system,
All right, let's
especially
do
an
this.
outside security team,
All right.
it
all right.
opens up the slot.
All right, plugging it in.
Yes.
Yeah, might as well
Give
it
me a
shot.
roll. Ba 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 ba.
6, 4.
Okay. There is the sound of mechanics, and then it slides open.
That actually worked. You were actually right. I'm so sorry. I'm not that sorry, but I'm glad you were right this time. Okay. I assume that everything's fine when the door opens. I guess I just kind of
Nothing
assumed.
comes in. No.
Okay.
So
Peeking my head outside, surprised that I'm not drowning right now.
I'd like to
That
pull
we're
you
not- that
back
we're
by the
not-
collar really quick. No, don't put your head out there first. Put her head out. That's why we have Leela.
That's a very good point. Does Leela get shot in the head?
does not get shot in the head.
Okay.
All right, it must be safe.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
Go back out.
Go
Like,
outside.
in both of our heads now.
You going out?
Yes.
Hey, you're inside like a big warehouse.
This is not a port. This is not a normal port. This is not where ports drop passengers off.
Carla,
The
this
train is
isn't
not.
a train.
It is it is the body of a train. It is 3 cars long. It is up on a rig.
Hello?
No, just. Do you think they really wanted us out of here?
Clearly, this was some sort of. This
Test?
wasn't real.
Yeah, but it was real enough that they were testing us for something. It's real that they, as you mentioned, put us in here.
Okay.
No, let's get down from this platform, see if we can find a control room, right? Someone
Right.
has to be mastering all of the androids, put all of this together. There has to be something here in this warehouse.
Like a console or something, right?
Exactly. Yes, you're
Okay.
absolutely right.
So you,
When I walk outside,
Yeah.
Does Leela come with me?
Mhm.
Still that
You can't get
the
rid of
rest
her.
of it was a simulation? Why isn't this?
She overrides when she's locked down. She can't receive the signal to go off when she's off her premises.
Okay, well, all right. Honey, you just points forward.
as you're
Oh, it's
chatting
worse.
about this stuff, like somebody comes wandering out with like a clipboard, like eating a donut, and they're like,
No, come over,
Oh.
get over
no,
here.
He, like,
no,
come
no.
start-
starts
back.
frantically talking into a headset and is like, hold on,
Throw
oh,
the pan at him.
Yeah, I take my mini pan and I yeet it as hard as I can over
great, give me a
towards this
roll.
headset.
Let's see if it hits him.
A 5,
Uh-huh.
a 6.
Right, yeah, hit him right in the head. He fell down. He
Oh, no,
is
I didn't-
out.
Too hard. That was a terrible idea. Okay. How high up
How
are
good
we?
of a name you are.
Well,
Um,
It's real good.
I mean,
You got
it's up a couple of feet so that there can be a
okay.
thing underneath it, to like
okay.
make it feel like it's moving.
Simulate
Mhm.
Okay. I'd like to hop off and like run towards.
He's got a headset on.
Okay. I'd like to rip it off and put it on very quickly. Go. Shh.
Hey, Carl, what's going on? Like, did did you say they got off the train? How did they get off the train? I don't understand. Like,
Mm,
Donut is good.
we got
I love donuts.
right.
on
Okay,
the
but they need to
track.
get, I mean, like, what are we doing here? Like, I'm gonna send some guys down. We need to get them
No,
back on the train.
God.
They need to finish
No,
updates.
I
They have
thought-
another like 7 hours
I
before.
thought the train got off the track and I was gonna hit the button, but I was just it's fine.
Carl, buddy,
Yeah.
Go get
have you
donuts.
been drinking again?
Actually, nix the donuts now. You'll see more drunk.
No.
I'm gonna send some guys down.
You don't need to do that.
Aren't you Irish?
Yes. How does an Irish person say yes?
Just like that,
Just like that, obviously. All right.
Oh yeah, I'm Irish. Yeah, no, of course.
There's like a
Don't worry about it.
flurry of activity, right? Like
Oh God.
people come running in. Bunch of clipboards, bunch of headsets.
Since I have this headset on, can I grab
Like not a
Carl's
security
clipboard?
team.
Not a security team.
Just
Yeah, you can grab the clipboard.
I would like to pretend. What are you doing out of your train? And I will turn on Oya. Just in case it's one of us who's only taken. What are you doing outside of the train? Over here. Since they clearly already see us.
Right. Yep.
Just
what am I doing outside of the train?
we can't. You know what, buddy?
What is the train?
You tell
I
him.
don't remember anything. I don't have any memories of what's going on. Who are you people?
Looking exaggerate, like, or kind of like a comical but frustrated. Like, I can't deal with this guy. I'm gonna like kind of throw my clipboard and walk a little bit further back,
Mm-hmm.
making it look like I'm just.
Oh, God. Yeah. It's awful when we get. Okay. All right. Well, we need to get him back on the train. He's like talking
Okay.
to.
No,
We got,
hang on. I don't need
we
to
got
be back
7 more
on
hours before the next cast comes in, and I gotta
the next cast.
Who's-
get.
About that, who was on the cast? I think I heard somebody got canceled. Kind of circling back now, picking my clipboard up.
Next cast.
Yeah, I mean, we have 2 in the cast right now. They have another 7 hours. Yeah, I gotta get him back on there. Network will get so.
Wait,
they'll get
hang
crazy
on.
if it.
What? Network?
Yeah. The network.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You can't, like, you owe them a
No,
debt. You know
I
that you have to
under-
get back on there to pay.
Hey.
You have to work off. Come on, man. You stole the things. You stole 2 things.
Right.
Come on, like
Yeah.
clearly this guy's been through a lot. The mental turmoil. Surely the network's
Right.
got a lot of content
Yeah.
already.
For sure.
Lady, I don't know where you got the headset, but like, you're in the uniform.
I don't think
Dang
so.
it. I forgot about that.
What's going on? Can you please explain?
Yeah.
Exaggerated sigh, rolls his eyes. Why don't you look at the clipboard?
Oh, the clip. The
You do
clipboard.
the reading. I got the thing.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, holding it up. It says,
There are 2 contracts on there. One signed by each of you. You're paying off your debt because you stole items from somebody very important, sold their debt to the network. The network puts you on a live feed stream for everybody to watch while you discomfort, you trying to get out of the train. You were a little too smart. You got out too early.
Come on. A success story. Those never happen. People love that. This will skyrocket ratings. Somebody actually makes it out earlier than planned. We'll sit down and do a Q&A. We'll do a Q&A.
As all this is happening, you guys are arguing. You both get hit with something in your necks, and then moments later, the two of you wake up inside a train car.
Yep.
And you don't remember who you are. And that was Retrograde.
Okay, that's really cool. That's really cool. Dang it. No!
Listen, this game by Grand Howitt, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean like my hook was that it was
right.
It was a TV thing that they were watching with the live stream, and like there's options,
I love
right?
that.
But it's only, it is literally, it's a one-page RPG, and it is by donation, whatever you think is fair. It is a suggested $2. Like, there are so many options here. You've got different rooms you could have waked. I happened to roll on a bullet train from Tokyo to Los Angeles, but there are a bunch of different options that you could do. And then they can go in different directions depending on what you are. Like, there's a very prison slant depending on how you roll. There's one that has like very like strange religious affiliation situations, like depending on where you get. Yeah, and there's a bunch of cool. The things that could be chasing you could be organ or cybernetic harvesters. It could be that they
checking our body for like, oh yes, my liver is still.
Is it? Am I fault that it could be like loan sharks that you have like owe money to. It could be somebody that illegally stole your memories and found something in it that they didn't like, or that was like very or you still have a sliver of your memory left that they couldn't get to. A lot of cool stuff that you could be doing. I mean, go buy it. Yes. Like, it's super fun and wild.
Grant Howitt just does incredible stuff.
Yeah, he's great. We love Grant here. And I think it's really cool because like sometimes we play Grant Howitt games where you pretend to be a bear, and sometimes it's this where you are frantically trying to escape something that is hunting you. So like there's a lot of stuff.
There's the whole gambit of just imagination and stories that you can tell with it. I know we've done wacky and wild before. But this was a delight and a really unique tone to pull in.
Super fun. So like with that in mind, let's do our moments of gratitude. What happened in this game that you are grateful for that someone at the table did? If it was super clutch or like,
I love the flashbacks. I think the co-creation, so like when we find the idol or Paducah.
Paducah was so good. That was so inspired.
We've been to France, Tokyo, Paducah.
I love that you yelled it and then you were like, I don't know anything about it or where it is. I just needed to say it. Like,
it's an adorable town as far as I know in terms of names.
I mean, it's got the what is it? The National
Quilt Museum.
The Quilt Museum.
I have no desire to ever go there.
No.
But I'm sure it's adorable.
It's quaint,
Yeah.
Yes, it has a vibe. I like that.
Small town America.
Mm-hmm.
You stole a horse, which is a very serious crime.
Stole a horse.
Honestly, though, that makes sense. Like, small town America has managed to keep this treasure tucked away while all these other massive cities have been built up. So why not?
I love that out of everything in this like cyberpunk future, Paducah. Was it Kentucky?
Yep.
Yes.
I would imagine that it is probably
one thing that left
like probably like a super rich person just owns Kentucky.
Yeah.
Right? Like all of it. Like this is mine. And I'm going to keep a bunch of space open because I have a horse. Yes. And I want it to run.
All things considered, in a cyberpunk future where like the punishments often do not fit the crime, like a objectively like 10-hour escape room where you don't have your memories, not a bad way to like spend that, like to do the time, quote unquote.
Sure. I mean, like there's nothing to say that you make it out alive.
That was just my question. Like, can we die during
Absolutely. This? Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's very like Running Man kind of situation.
Okay.
But like,
I was thinking like Dead Man Wonderland, right? Like,
I mean, like you could have absolutely, like, depending on which direction that you had gone, and also you could have like stumbled upon like all of the androids pretty early.
Right.
Like if things had gone wrong when you were trying to hack into the security system or get out of rooms and stuff, like there absolutely could have been.
Yes.
Oh man.
I also like the simplicity in the story itself, right? Like the fact that all three of us get to sit at the table and we create ideas together. I think it makes it so much fun, right? Like where you're going to go like, yeah, you do that. Let's see what happens. And it opens doors where a module that's fully written out might be like, that door doesn't do anything. But here you're like, as it turns out, you do find something.
Turns out you did. Yeah. Well, and like, I feel like it wasn't heavy on the dice rolls. Like this was much more of love, a yes and kind of collab storytelling than.
I mean, I would say like moment of gratitude. There was this where we started, Becca, with like Kawa being the one who was very panicky and Oye was the one who was just like, I'm kind of numb right now. So I'm going to be the one who's like, it completely shifted by the end and you like fully took over that, like, nope, as our memories are coming back, I'm clearly the one who's like the more level-headed between the two of us, who clearly has her shit together. You're desperate for a job and like telling, like expounding to Boris the Mouth that you're so desperate
that sounds
for work.
Horrifying to see, by the way.
Yeah.
And you just like very much took charge of the situation, and it was really cool to watch that, like that shift in personality as the memories come back of like, oh no, who we think we are is very different from who we actually are.
Man, I liked myself better when I didn't have memories. Because I felt like I was
kind of gruff and cool, and now I'm just some loser.
I have no
Who doesn't know what a poop knife is.
Yeah, sorry. I will be sending. That's a Reddit post. It originated on Reddit.
That's incredible.
I do not have one, just to clarify. I want that to be known. If anyone does, fine.
For the record, I don't have a poop knife. I just know what it is.
I think you really point at a good thing, because obviously this is the first time you and I have played together.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of like, I trust where you're going with your vision, and the willingness, and I want to be able to counterbalance of whatever you do. Like, okay, I see you're doing this. How do I offer something that reacts to it? And that was so much fun.
Yeah.
100%.
It would be harder if you were both just panicked. Like that would not be delightful storytelling. That would be just like, well, this is just like a lot of anxiety happening here.
Can we just tear apart the room? But I also like that you were suggestive at times, like the door opens. Like, I don't know when we were going to be ready to leave, but you're like, you need to leave.
It's time now. It's time. Yeah. Yeah. I know. I wanted to like, this one is so different because of like, I mean, it basically, the GM's actions on this is one sentence, and it is describe the world and react to the players. And that's it. That's all I'm supposed to do. And so I needed to like, all right, we've been here for a while and nothing is changing. So like, I'm gonna introduce a thing and see what happens. But it was great because there was long periods of time where I was like, you guys are making progress and I get to just like watch and enjoy the story, which is delightful as a DM. And then like, I also know that I could have more heavily handed gone in there and done more stuff. But I think that the cool thing about this is that, you just sort of like, you just put these pieces out and honestly, just like telling your players, you don't have any memories. They immediately start just like, you get in your head and you're like, all right, well then how do I do this? And like the creativity to come out of it is a thing that you don't necessarily get when you're like, okay, here's your character and here's your backstory and here's this thing about your mom that you have. And then like, this is this other thing. And you have like, pages and pages of backstory that you're like trying to pull on, like to have that all taken away from you and then just be like, two things, go. Like
and they may not even be real.
Right. And they might even not be real. Correct.
It's so much flexibility. And I want to give kudos to you, Sarah. Like there's a very clear, adept level that you have at knowing the right degree of intervention. That's an incredibly delicate balance that is hard to do. And you know how to read situations, and have played like, this is going to be enough of a cue, right? Like you don't have to say like the door opens and there's a creepy sound and, giving all these extra things.
The door opens.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Go.
Like it's intriguing enough because you choose when and you also choose when not to do things. And that's the hardest part in DMing is choosing not to.
Because choosing not to jump in and do a thing.
Yeah.
There were a number of times where like the flashbacks just kept going and it was so good because we
got whole other stories
establishing and like there was one moment and I can't remember which flashback it was.
There's a lot of flashbacks.
It might have been like at the ramen bar where we're just kind of like talking back and forth.
Yeah.
And until you said, have you ever been to Texas? I forgot, like there was part of me that kind of forgot about the rest of the like the framing device for the game of like what we were doing and that we were flashing back. I was like, I just kind of like existing in this little world.
Yeah, what happens? Oh, let's keep going
back.
here.
I was like, okay, still gonna hack the thing.
It makes me think of Arabian Nights where it's just like story within a story within a story, but we never get back to the big story until like the very end.
Yeah. Well, and it's also really cool. I think the idea of doing the flashbacks and then having them like be like, have that information and you are in the shit and you have this information. What does that do to you?
Yeah.
Like, when you discovered that your arm could open, like there's probably a moment of
how
like,
does somebody react to
how do you react to that?
That they have been
how to like
in such
and
a
like
way?
did
I do this myself?
Becca, you were like, to me? Can you, that's a thing you can do? Is that normal? Like I have you always been able to do that? Like, because you hadn't gotten that far, in the other flashbacks. And so like all this stuff, right? That you're like, how would I react to that with no memory? Like all the things that you take for granted about yourself and about your about your companions, like to suddenly have that gone is such a bonkers way to tell a story, but super cool.
I'll be honest. The hardest part I had was trying to figure out like what, and it kind of challenged my worldview for a hot second too. What we consider normal.
Yeah.
Right. Like it made me think like, well, what if my hair was chopped off? Like that's the lightest thing I can think of, but anything, right? Like how do we know what is missing if we have nothing to gauge, especially because,
or how do we know what's been added if we don't have anything to gauge? Too?
Yes. Because so much of what we deem as normal is based on how we judge others.
Right.
In this space and culturally deciding within certain spaces of what we want to view. And so without any of that lenses, I honestly struggle. Like, should I react like this? Should I go too far? And even also judging, like, is this the right place to have this conversation? Because knowing it's a one shot and we're recording it versus, like, let's take a 4-hour pause and talk about, right? Like, because that's also the challenge of what we bring as storytellers.
Yeah,
absolutely. And like we had reactions to certain things that we like came up with, and that like decision to be like, oh, there's like the implant that Oya had in his eye. For all we know, that's something that he hadn't planted himself because
Yeah.
he's dyslexic and have like seeing
Could have been.
everything like it translates the
Mhm.
written word into like a typed format so that he can read it easier.
Yep.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
but there is that horror aspect of like,
Did someone
oh
do
my
this
God,
to me?
my like not only
Mhm.
are the memories gone, but you and I, like, we have a different perception of the world.
Mhm.
Right. Well, even when we judged our clothes of saying like
Yeah,
we look poor,
right.
by what standard?
It's like, is this
Mhm.
our money? Like, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, like what is the that's fascinating.
Yeah.
It's the hard part. And of course, like when we're in the moment, to a certain degree, we agree that we remember enough.
Right.
Right. Like we remember language and we are starting to pull back some of our memories. So we remember sarcasm and being able to interpret it. And we know how to interpret facial expressions
Right.
and how to open doors. And
Right. Yeah. You're
Right,
not
'cause,
starting
like-
at like baby level.
I
Right.
was
Yes.
just about to say, like, yeah, because the story where you lose your memories and you have two adults wandering around like toddlers, that's
Yeah.
not as interesting.
interesting.
Not great.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. But like to be able to like, and I thought it was cool that we were able to pick up on like
Mhm.
everybody made choices and they stuck to them. Like
Yeah.
we made snap choices of like, I am scared because
Mhm.
this person like gave us real food.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've never had real food before.
Mhm.
Okay, that is a truth about the world.
Yes.
I'm very clearly remember never having anything like this before, and that
Mhm.
like shaped stuff. And there wasn't a lot of like, okay, well, okay, but how much do you think? Like,
Mhm.
I think there's probably like we know, like I think
Yeah.
you just you make that choice and you go in and you stick with it, and that's the truth about the world now. And I think that with the stories like this where you have lost your memory, you just have to have that choice. And I think it's really interesting if we were to do another session, like,
Yeah.
you know, like let's say this was more campaign play. And I understand that most of his one shots or his one pages are more designed for one shots, right? Like you've learned 6 things. 6 things is not a lot for a person, right? Like, okay, we've made it through. We've done all the things. But if we were to do it again, we could discover more things about each of you that you could do, about your relationship together, about more like places that you have gone.
How we even got into these career paths.
Oh
How
yeah.
you-
I mean,
yeah,
we could have
like
gone
the-
through the like the memory wipe a second time and then seeing what was different and like
Mhm.
something
How
else
did we
might have
react?
come
Yeah.
up.
Maybe we get different ID cards too. Does
Yeah.
the change of name now change how we think and perceive
right.
ourselves?
Are you
And perceive
wearing
ourselves.
something different?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because those are
Is the
you roll
scenario
on them to
change?
get your
Yeah.
ID, and you roll on them to get what
Mhm.
you're wearing, and like, do
Yeah.
they change you in what you have for those, and how does that affect who you
Yeah.
are?
And
And
even the
is
demeanor of the
anything-
android.
right? Yeah, and is anything leaking through then from a previous play?
Mhm.
Like, did you I don't know if any of you have seen Dollhouse?
The play?
No.
Or-
It
no.
was a sci-fi where basically women would be fully wiped and you could like rent them and they would install a personality. And then you could like, oh, I'm interested in having this person come and go on a date with me. Or I'm interested in having this person come and reenact my wife has passed, upload my wife's personality into this person, and then I can have, you know, another date with her, whatever.
Okay,
Um,
that
sounds like a Black
part's
Mirror
a
thing.
little sweet, but the rest of it's horrific.
Pretty wild. It's pretty
Yeah.
wild. But these women would come and do it, and then like the thing about the show is that like the more times they do that, some of it like leaks through, and they're not actually blank slates. And like so some things happen. And like how many loops have the two of you
Right.
done?
Mhm.
Are you actually, have you been in this place for 5 years doing these loops?
No one
How
ever
much of
gets
that
out.
stuff that you are remembering are real or implanted or whatever. Like it could be that your actual life is leaking back in, you're remembering stuff, or like
Previous loops.
or is it previous loops, or is it
Stuff.
This is the story that they have uploaded into you this time so that you can do it, and like
yeah, because we don't know if we're even organic. Maybe we're androids.
We didn't try the boiling water on us.
Right. Yeah, you didn't check.
I didn't even notice that my finger was cut.
So you have at least some sort of organic part of you, but that can be easily
Right.
duplicated.
Yeah.
If we can build androids.
Right. Yeah.
Sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to have like a small little vial
Yeah. Like special effects.
or even just like still they cut the skin. Like your finger itself wasn't bleeding by the time we saw it.
Yeah. No. And didn't hurt.
Right.
Right. Because that would have been, because I made sure to say, like, nothing hurts. I think it can go a lot of places. And I think it would be interesting to see like a campaign where you just, with the same bodies, like roll each time and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
I think this also went much better because we both essentially chose a good form of alignment, working together. I would not enjoy playing this with someone who was evil.
Well, yeah, exactly.
But you could do that.
Or unless you were both evil, in which
Yes.
case it's like, okay, you're still working together, but there's like more malevolent ends towards it. But I do like the fact that there was like, yeah.
I told you no
Oh,
onions,
hi.
pickles. I told
Sorry,
you-
this is my partner's here.
I told you no onions, no pickles.
Hi, Kels, we love you.
And they gave you onions, pickles, and tomato.
Baby extra.
She's on a low FODMAP diet right now and can't have any of those things.
Oh no, boo.
It's just cruel. I'm so sorry.
We love you.
Sarah
Yeah, but
says
what
we love you.
I was gonna say, I would absolutely add a table, right? Like if we were going to be rolling, if we were going to be going through multiple times with this, to hit all the things, I would.
I love you too. He ate all my bread. Yell at him.
I will. That I would add like an alignment section, right? Like roll to see
Where you stand.
if you are working together, if you are working at odds.
Because that changes so much of how you perceive yourself and how others treat you.
I do think though that working at odds might work in a two-person environment, because then at that point, like when you start to remember, like who remembers that you're actually enemies first.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, how much does you just like you start working together, and how much does that like override maybe what's come between you in the past, or like maybe one person is the mark and like the other person's the assassin. They've been working together all this time. And then the assassin starts to remember, or like the mark starts to remember. And neither of you really know how much information you have.
Do they know? And then it becomes a race, a competition of like, who can solve this particular puzzle, because you don't want to get rid of the other person in case you need them still. You have so few of assets. I mean, we're lucky we found the kitchen, but you really... You don't have anything.
And like, you know, I was like, well, how would they have food? They're in the studio. Like, of course they'd have whatever you want. There's 100 people, PAs running around. They want pineapple juice. I don't know. We haven't seen that in 18 years. I don't care. Go get it. Like, you know.
Was it implanted?
Right? Because they had it already?
Have implants that make us think that we're eating real food?
It could be a product placement for a commercial on there, and like, we're working with pineapple juice. Look at them.
Like, it tastes like real food. It tastes like real pineapple. Oh, that's that. Oh, that's corporate. Like dirty capitalist. Like, oh wow, that's
and as always, the true villain is capitalism.
Absolutely.
This was amazing. I love that it prompts so many questions about like how we choose to interact, and every time you revisit it, it's new role playing, it's new interactions that can that posit different scenarios. I'm
super jazzed to maybe revisit at some point And I mean, you can
For
play
sure.
this with up to like 6 people, which I think would
Oh, for
also be
sure.
very different, right? Because all of your memories, you all chose things that like were with each other.
Mhm.
But if you had a larger group, it's
Then there's some
a
people who
detail
aren't gonna
about
know each other,
one
right?
other person's thing. It's something that another PC can do. It's, you know, a
Yeah.
history between, it specifies 2 players. So like, you know, you could form all of these connections between people and like that starts automatically like pitting people against each other and jealousies and rivalries, and like where does that come in?
Mm-hmm.
How do you choose who to trust? All that
That's
stuff.
stressing me out.
Um,
I don't think I would handle this situation very well.
In real life, no.
no, thank you, everyone.
In me, I would be like, I'm shutting down. I'm staying in this car. I'm
Yeah.
going to be in the fetal position. Y'all will find me later.
I'm
Yep.
just gonna wave at the camera and just stay here. I'm gonna eat this food. I don't care if it's not real. Tastes
Mhm.
real.
Mhm.
Gonna stay here. Okay. I would love to know where we can find you on the internet so people can come and find you. Let's start with Patrick.
Yes. You can find me at That Gray Gentleman everywhere on the internet. I am primarily over on Instagram these days. I do some stuff on TikTok occasionally. And I've been starting to do more stuff on Twitch as of late. So come find me over there. You can also find me
On the ground.
Yep, on the
Where
ground.
Right
is he?
here. On the ground.
You can also find me as the voice of a couple different characters in the Quest Chest. The Quest Chest is a full campaign in a box. You get a quest guide as well as several different props, including like multiple different sealed letters, and they all have individual voices for them that you can look up on the Quest Chest website with the QR code and the thing. And they've got like coins and like a candle to burn at like a certain point during the campaign. And the new one is going to be coming out this week. It's called The Assassin's Crown, and I'm several characters in that one.
Whoop whoop. What up, Quest Chest? Send it over so I can do it on Sarah's table.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
I'll send it to you.
Cool. All right. Becca, where can we find you?
Yes. So I am not consistent across the internet because I didn't do that when I first started.
Got my
So
branding on lock. That was the
dang
one
it.
thing. Now I
What's
want
wrong
to
with
change
being
all
like-
of it to my
I
real
know,
name. It
I
sucks.
know. So I'm Becca Godsey on Twitter, but everywhere else it's Caustic Phoenix. It's a good old time. On stream these days, we are reading the lore behind Destiny. So if you enjoy good stories, we have reading sessions that are very
good.
fun.
Cool.
We keep the lights low, just enough to read, and we pick and just dissect all the great information and narratives that we pull in. But if you would like a very different tone, that is a wild show and a 2-hour show of D&D PvP where we take 2 champions at typically a level 10 to 12 and they fight it out in the most epic way ever. Think like Jerry, who runs the blue slushy stand, all right, versus, Timothy, who is the alien mayor of our space planet. It's delightful. So we have a good old time. Absolutely ridiculous. Think WWE meets Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Love it.
Hell yeah.
All right. Can't wait. Can't wait.
Can't wait.
How about you, Sarah?
Oh, me? Oh, hi.
Yeah.
I'm Sarah Moore. You can find me on Facebook at Actor Sarah Moore and everywhere else at Pixies and Pins. You can go to my website, which is pixiesandpins.com. And you can find me here every Friday night on twitch.tv/GenConTV on Sarah's Table at 5 p.m. Pacific. Next week, I think we're playing Wander Home by Possum Creek Games.
It's so good.
It's so good. It's so good. And then I have a couple of other wacky things coming up. I have been challenged to do a horror arc, which is not a thing that I do very often. So if it's a thing that you would like to see what horror looks like for Joyful Gaming, come come back and check that out. And then I'm going to bring The Crowned back because we are almost done with all of the writing. And then also I'm going to bring Vanishing Lands back because we are also almost done with all of that writing. And we are hoping to have it released in the next couple of months for purchase at home. And so I'm going to have an arc for that. And I just like, there's so many great games out there that I have discovered while searching for stuff, to the point where I found I did a deep dive on the Grant Howitt one pagers.
Oh,
How
And,
many are? I mean,
I
it's
think-
Grant.
like 1 billion, I believe, is how
Oh.
many he has. Approximately.
Good estimate.
It's approximate. But I know that it is only April, but I have found the Christmas game that I'm going to be doing.
already
Sarah.
your plans.
Sarah.
Delightful.
But I don't know why. Listen, I have a very strong brand,
Mhm.
and the brand is joy, and Christmas is very joyful. But
It's
the name of
April.
the game is called Sean's Bean, Star in a Very Northern Christmas. And all of you are Sean Bean, and
That
you are
is amazing.
you're trying to survive to the end of a Christmas movie. So, like,
Even fair, can you? Is there even an option to win? Like,
one of you
One of you is going to
one
be
of
the
you
one
is
left.
going to survive the longest, and you will be the one that
Sean's Bean.
Sean's Bean.
please tell me that
We
he
all the
plays it at
Sean's
some
Bean.
point. If he doesn't, he
I
needs
hope.
to.
I hope so.
That's amazing.
Anyway, I understand it's early, but like some things, when you find them, they just feel correct.
Holy
Yes.
cow.
You just have to do
Yes.
it. But for any of you watching at home, if you have a game that you have made, if you have a small game or a large game, we're also going to be doing Ball of the Wild. Listen, you get to be an animal dressed up in drag as another animal. It's maybe the perfect game. Thank you, Nat Masnard, for writing this game because it's all of the things I love: drag and adorable animals.
Mhm.
So, if you have a game like that, even if it's wacky and ridiculous and wild, like, please message me. Tell me about this game. We can get more serious. I want to do Women or Werewolves on here soon, where you are playing a non-binary person in a very binary werewolf tribe, and how that affects how you view yourself and how society views you and how people treat you. Like, give me all of the indie goodness, please. Send me all of your games. I want to play them. I want people to see them. And like, selfishly, I want to be able to be able to be a part of all of these games that like don't have eyeballs on them yet. Like gimme. I just like have the grabby hands.
Getting in on the
Give me all-
ground floor.
Give me all the things. But yeah, so I would like to do, here's the part of the evening where I do all of my thank yous. I would like to thank everybody for being at my table tonight. Once again, I did the thing where I just sent a link and I did not tell them anything at all about the game they were going to be playing. I have just given up telling people what they're playing. I just send a link to your inbox and that's it. That's all that happens. Just click on it. It's always a good time. That is generally not, it's
Like-
not good advice generally. Don't just
No.
click on random
It's a phishing scam.
links in your inbox. But like, it's true. It's just great here. And like, I understand that this particular one, it makes a lot of sense for them to have not had the info beforehand, but I do this with every game. So
I didn't even think of the meta of that, of like, yeah, we had no clue what we were even getting into. We have
No
no
idea.
memories. We don't know.
Yes.
ta-da!
But it was perfect.
But then also, I would like to thank my editor and personal tech person and person who makes sure that I am a very sane person or tries to be a very sane person, my partner, Jeff. I would like to thank Peter Eckison for trusting me with whatever it is that I'm doing here. every week. And Gen Con for giving me this platform so that I can put the spotlight on indie RPGs. I'd like to thank Marcus Mays, who is over at Gen Con TV, being the tech person, hitting that go button, making sure that everything is running smoothly. Thank you literally always for trusting me and bringing weird to my table, both of you. Like,
I'm not going to deny that.
Yeah, just bring the weird. We like it, you know. I never know exactly where the story is going to go, but I know it's going to be great. So I love having you here at my table. And I would like to thank everybody at home for watching. If you're still here, awesome. You made it through. We always pepper in ridiculous things. But I really appreciate you. You're the reason why I get to keep doing this as my job. If you had told 14-year-old Sarah that this was going to be her job, she would not have believed you. So, yeah, I think we made it. I think we did it.
I think we did it.
We did.
And I think we all have our memories intact of this evening.
Yes.
Fingers crossed.
Were you?
Yeah, we think were we here? Hello? Yeah, but so as always, keep making art and keep being art. We'll see you next time. Mwah.